Battersea Dogs and Cats Home has expressed its disappointment regarding a recent Emmerdale storyline. Last week, the soap aired scenes of a brutal dog attack on local vet Paddy Dingle, Dominic Brunt. While attempting to help a sheep that was trapped in a fence, Paddy came face to face with a large Alsatian. The dog became aggressive and attacked Paddy, causing serious injuries and excessive blood loss. Following the episode, Battersea Dogs and Cats Home has praised Emmerdale for highlighting the importance of proper animal training. However, in an interview with The Express, the rescue home also flagged its disappointment in the choice of dog breed used for the storyline. Although the dog bite incident portrayed was thankfully fictional, it highlights the importance of responsible dog ownership, understanding a dog's body language, and what may happen if a dog is not properly socialized or trained, said Michael Webb, head of policy and public affairs at Battersea. Whilst Battersea welcomes this issue being platformed to such a big audience, we were disappointed to see that the choice of dog breed reinforced the stereotype that particular types of dog are inherently dangerous, when in reality any dog, no matter its size, shape or breed, has the potential to bite if not properly cared for by responsible owners. A spokesperson for Emmerdale said, "When selecting a dog for this storyline we didn't specify a breed, but needed a highly trained animal that could perform in various ways. The dog that we chose from accredited supplier was a crossbreed and fully trained in all of our requirements, most comfortable on set and therefore the safest for us to work with." In upcoming episodes, Paddy will continue to struggle after the attack, as he attempts to return to work. Though things start off well, Paddy will soon realize his new crippling fear when a customer brings in a large dog to be treated. Will the vet be forced to change careers? Battersea slams dog attack storyline for perpetuating breed stereotypes. The popular ITV soap Emmerdale has found itself in hot water following a recent storyline involving a brutal dog attack on the village's beloved vet, Paddy Dingle, portrayed by Dominic Brunt. While fans were gripped by the dramatic scenes and moved by the emotional fallout that followed, one of the UK's most respected animal welfare organisations, Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, has voiced concern over the depiction and its broader implications. In an episode that aired last week, viewers saw Paddy come to the aid of a distressed sheep caught in a wire fence. But what began as a routine act of kindness quickly spiraled into horror. As he tried to free the sheep, Paddy found himself confronted by a large, aggressive Alsatian. The dog, appearing to be protective or perhaps untrained, launched a vicious attack on Paddy, leaving him with serious injuries and severe blood loss. The graphic nature of the scene sparked intense discussion online, with reactions ranging from praise for the realistic portrayal of trauma to criticism for the choice of dog breed. While the storyline was fictional, its real-world impact has been far-reaching, particularly among animal lovers and professionals in the field of canine welfare. A divisive portrayal. Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, an iconic institution with decades of experience in rehabilitating and rehoming dogs and cats, issued a formal response to the episode. While the organization appreciated the soap's intent to spark discussion around dog training and ownership responsibilities, it also expressed disappointment at what it sees as a missed opportunity. Michael Webb, head of policy and public affairs at Battersea, acknowledged the storyline's relevance in today's climate. Although the dog bite incident portrayed was thankfully fictional, Webb explained in an interview with The Express, it highlights the importance of responsible dog ownership, understanding a dog's body language, and what may happen if a dog is not properly socialized or trained. However, Webb didn't mince words about his organization's concerns with how the soap chose to represent the aggressor in this scenario. "We were disappointed to see that the choice of dog breed reinforced the stereotype that particular types of dog are inherently dangerous," he said. "In reality, any dog, no matter its size, shape or breed, has the potential to bite if not properly cared for by responsible owners." This sentiment reflects ongoing efforts by Battersea and other advocacy groups to dismantle harmful myths about specific breeds, particularly those like German Shepherds, Staffordshire Bull Terriers, and other large breeds that are often portrayed as menacing in media and pop culture. According to these groups, such portrayals can lead to real-world consequences, including fear-driven legislation, increased surrender rates, and reluctance among potential adopters. Emmerdale's defense. In response to the backlash, a spokesperson for Emmerdale clarified the production's approach to selecting the dog used in the sequence. "When selecting a dog for this storyline we didn't specify a breed, but needed a highly trained animal that could perform in various ways," the spokesperson said. "The dog that we chose from accredited supplier was a crossbreed and fully trained in all of our requirements, most comfortable on set and therefore the safest for us to work with," they added. The emphasis, according to the production team, was placed on safety and performance rather than breed aesthetics. Yet, for many viewers, particularly those attuned to canine representation in media, the visual cue of a large Alsatian, commonly associated with German Shepherd lineage, was enough to reinforce existing stereotypes, regardless of the dog's actual training or temperament. Beyond the off-screen controversy, the storyline itself continues to develop, offering a poignant exploration of post-traumatic stress and emotional healing. In upcoming episodes, viewers will witness the usually resilient Paddy wrestling with the aftermath of the attack. Although he initially tries to return to work, determined to carry on with his life, his resolve begins to crumble when he's faced with the presence of another large dog at the surgery. The animal's harmless behavior does little to soothe Paddy's rising panic, triggering memories of the assault and leaving him frozen with fear. The psychological realism of these scenes has drawn praise from mental health advocates and longtime Emmerdale fans alike. Dominic Brunt, who plays Paddy, is known for his nuanced performances and ability to convey complex emotional states with subtlety and depth. His portrayal of trauma promises to be a highlight of this ongoing arc, delving into themes rarely explored on primetime television: the long-term effects of sudden violence, the vulnerability of trusted professionals, and the stigma surrounding mental health in rural communities. Balancing drama and responsibility. It's clear that Emmerdale aimed to craft a storyline with high emotional stakes, one that tackles real-world issues while keeping viewers engaged. But this latest chapter in the show's long history raises important questions about the balance between drama and social responsibility. Battersea's reaction underscores a broader challenge faced by media creators: how to use fictional narratives to spark awareness without unintentionally reinforcing harmful misconceptions. As with portrayals of mental illness, domestic violence, or addiction, depictions of animals, especially in aggressive contexts, carry real-world consequences. For millions of people, especially those unfamiliar with dog behavior or without personal experience with pets, the media remains a powerful source of information, whether accurate or not. Michael Webb put it best when he said, "Any dog can bite. It's not about the breed, it's about the environment they're raised in, their training, and the way they're treated." Fictional portrayals can either help break down stigma or, sadly, make it worse. A teachable moment? Despite the criticism, there's hope that this storyline may ultimately serve as a teachable moment. Already, animal welfare organizations have seen increased traffic to educational pages about dog behavior and training since the episode aired. Viewers have taken to social media to discuss the importance of recognizing stress signals in dogs, understanding triggers, and the need for responsible pet ownership. Some fans have even defended the show's approach, suggesting that by showing the dangers of untrained dogs, regardless of breed, Emmerdale may inadvertently have encouraged more thoughtful pet ownership practices. Others, however, remain firm in their belief that the producers should have done more to avoid perpetuating breed-based fear. Emmerdale had an opportunity to cast a different kind of dog, or even include a brief PSA at the end of the episode to remind viewers not to judge dogs by appearance alone, one viewer tweeted. Instead, they leaned into outdated ideas. Disappointed, but not surprised. At its core, the controversy taps into a larger conversation that's been growing for years. Breed-specific legislation, BSL, which places restrictions or outright bans on certain dog breeds, continues to be a source of intense debate across the UK and beyond. While proponents argue that such laws are necessary for public safety, critics, including major animal charities like Battersea, argue that they are ineffective and discriminatory. Studies have shown that BSL fails to reduce dog bite incidents and instead punishes responsible owners and harmless pets based solely on appearance. Campaigns such as #EndBSL have gained momentum, calling for more nuanced approaches that focus on owner behavior, dog training, and community education. In this light, the Emmerdale storyline becomes more than just a piece of soap drama. It becomes a flashpoint in an ongoing struggle between perception and reality, between entertainment and ethics. What's next for Paddy? As Emmerdale moves forward with this plotline, fans will be watching closely to see how Paddy's journey unfolds. Will he find a way to overcome his trauma, reclaim his role as the village vet, and perhaps even become a voice for animal advocacy within the story? Or will the fear and anxiety push him toward a major life change? There's potential here for the show to pivot into a redemptive arc, not just for Paddy, but for the larger conversation around dog behavior and stereotypes. Imagine a future episode where Paddy works with a behaviorist to understand what went wrong, or perhaps adopts a misunderstood rescue dog, showing that healing, compassion, and education can break the cycle of fear. For now, though, the wounds, both literal and figurative, are still fresh. Final thoughts. Television, at its best, reflects the world we live in, sparking discussion and challenging audiences to think more deeply. But with that power comes responsibility. The response from Battersea Dogs and Cats Home serves as a reminder that even well-intentioned storytelling can have unintended consequences. As the debate continues, one thing is clear: how we talk about dogs, especially in times of crisis, matters. And for fans of Emmerdale, the hope is that this story will lead not just to compelling drama, but to greater awareness, empathy, and understanding for all creatures, great and small.